Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. So Shawn Porter had a fight over the weekend against Adrian Granados. Obviously, he won the fight by unanimous decision. And apparently, he injured his left hand in the process. Apparently, it's a fractured hand. I haven't heard anything official from the Porters, but I'm really not looking for anything official either because I'm not a big fan of Shawn Porter because he's a wrestler, a football player, right? In a boxing ring. Now, he got bullied by Adrian Granados. It was a good fight, you know. It was a hard-fought fight by both individuals. Now, of course, what's next for Shawn Porter is he's willing to wait on the sidelines for however long it takes to fight Keith Thurman. Now, Keith Thurman is supposed to be coming back in 2018. You know, initially he said January, then it got pushed to February. Now it's March. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Keith Thurman fights in the summer. That's what I anticipate him to come back. Now, he's looking for an opponent for a tune-up fight. And what I think Keith Thurman needs to do is he needs to fight Shawn Porter. That needs to be his first fight back. And especially if he claims he's coming back in March. Because that doesn't give Shawn Porter much time to recuperate. You know, believe it or not, Shawn Porter was in a tough fight against Adrian Granados, whether he broke his hand or not. But we don't want to give Shawn Porter enough time to heal. At least that's what Keith Thurman's mindset should be. You know, Shawn Porter was looking a little rough around the edges after the fight, man. You know, cuts over the eye, broken hand. He didn't look as impressive to me. I mean, you guys might think that was an impressive performance, but, you know, again, I'm not down with the wrestling tactics. I'm not down with the suplexes and the spears. Like, he speared Adrian Granados in the 8th round. He was literally standing there, and then he decided to run at him and tackle him. That's not boxing, okay? So this is what I want to see, and this is what I think Keith Thurman should do. Fight Shawn Porter next. Let that be your tune-up fight. So you get, and I think you knock Shawn Porter out in the second fight, all right? You get him out of the way, and then you go to your payday fight against Danny Garcia. And you get Danny Garcia out of there, right? So that's 2 fights, 2018. Somewhat easy. Well, you know, I'm not going to say they're easy fights, but again, I think Shawn Porter was looking a little suspect over the weekend. And I think right now is the time to fight Shawn Porter and beat him impressively and knock him out, regardless of what's going on with your elbow. And then you go get the payday from Danny Garcia, and then you give your belt up to Errol Spence. I think that's fair. You fight 3 times in 2018. You get 3 nice paydays. I mean, what more could you want, Keith? You know? But I think that's what his next plan of action should be. You know, Shawn Porter, I think Shawn Porter's on the decline, to be honest with you. He was gassed in that fight against Granados. He wasn't looking that impressive. He was supposed to stop Granados. He said he was going to stop Granados, and he didn't come through on his word, regardless of whether or not he hurt his left hand. But guess what? He's orthodox, right? So you still had that right. Why you ain't knock him out with your right hand? You had one good hand. I seen dudes get knocked out who hurt their hand and fought the entire fight with one hand. So what you talking about, Shawn? You know, go ahead and fight Keith Thurman. You know Shawn's not going to turn the fight down if you offer him that fight next, regardless of what's wrong with his hand. You know, he's not going to have enough time to heal, and you can exploit that. You know, he's not going to have the most productive training camp if he's nursing an injury to his hand. But again, like I said, he's not going to pass up the opportunity to fight you next if it's what's presented to you, right? And I'm not sure how long it takes for a broken hand or a fractured hand to heal. I mean, it really depends on where it's fractured, I guess, right? I mean, I'm guessing anywhere from 3 months to 3 to 6 months for a full recovery. So again, Shawn Porter first, and then you go after Danny Garcia. Then you give Danny Garcia his rematch. All right, you wait another 3 months in 2018, and then you fight Danny. All right. Most people believe you won that fight against Danny Garcia anyway. I don't see the second fight playing out any different. All right. So Keith Thurman will probably take the second fight, and again, the third fight should be against Errol Spence. And this is all dependent on Keith Thurman not pretending to injure himself again. This is all dependent on Keith Thurman not disappearing for months on end in some foreign country, you know, not even updating his social media. Like, you know, I don't understand what's up with these guys. They don't want to become the next star. They don't have the traits of a superstar. Keith Thurman doesn't have the traits of a superstar. I mean, Keith Thurman is very well spoken. He's got an exciting style in the ring when he's not running. I mean, all you need is a promoter. These dudes just need promoters, man, and they're not being promoted well. You know, Danny's lucky that he's got this. He's gotten the success that he's received throughout his career. You know, he's a draw when compared to the other welterweights. Someone like Keith Thurman is not really a draw. I mean, Errol Spence isn't really a draw either. There aren't many draws in boxing, and Danny Garcia isn't the biggest draw because he's not fighting on pay-per-view. He's not a pay-per-view attraction. He's not a Canelo. You know what I mean? I don't know. These guys need to take a page out of Floyd's book. They need to take a page out of somebody's book. They need to link up with the promoter and just fight the right fights, man. And I'm not talking about cherry picking either. You can only get so far just beating the best competition there is out there because nobody cares. If you're not exciting, no one's going to really care. Look at Adrian Broner. He's got 3 losses on his record. He's about to be matched up against Sergey Lipinets. That's a tough fight for him. And if he loses the fight, it's not going to matter because people are going to continue to watch Adrian Broner because he's entertaining. Keith Thurman's not entertaining. Errol Spence isn't entertaining. Shawn Porter is not entertaining. These dudes are not entertaining. Now, Danny Garcia, I mean, he's not really entertaining, but his father is entertaining. You know, that could potentially be who keeps him afloat. You know, I'm not, you know, perhaps, I mean, he is Puerto Rican. I mean, I'm sure he's got the whole Puerto Rico on his back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's up with these guys, man. Like I said, they gotta start promoting themselves better. They gotta start going to these late night talk shows. They gotta start putting themselves out there. But Keith Thurman, you know, coming off this injury, he needs to take Shawn Porter next. Just get that out of the way. You know, I don't want to see Keith Thurman fight once, twice a year. I want him to fight 3 times a year. But it appears that none of these PBC guys are fighting 3 times a year. And it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating as a boxing fan when you got guys that you want to see fight and they only fight once or twice a year, if you're lucky. You know, it's frustrating. The sport of boxing is super frustrating right now, man. But I don't know. I guess I'm looking forward to a Keith Thurman Shawn Porter rematch. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like Keith Thurman would win that fight easily. I mean, he's already seen Shawn Porter once, and if you think Shawn Porter won that first fight, you're an idiot. All right. Anyway, Hitman Boxing. Drop a comment, like the video, subscribe. I mean, another possibility is Keith Thurman versus Terrence Crawford. I think that's a good fight. I think Terrence Crawford's a much more polished fighter than Keith Thurman. But who knows? Kell Brook needs to get back in the mix of things at welterweight too. I mean, Kell Brook's got 2 losses. One to Triple G, one to Errol Spence. But he's still one of the top welterweights, regardless of that loss to Spence. He's still a great fighter, man. You know, he needs to come over here and get a couple fights, man. I don't think you're gonna get the fight with Amir Khan. You need to go ahead and just, you know, come back up through the ranks, come back up through the rankings, you know, fight a couple bums because you know you like to fight bums. And eventually you'll get in the ring with a Thurman or who else? Dang, can you imagine a Kell Brook versus Terrence Crawford fight? That matchup doesn't make any sense to me, but it's possible. Kell Brook need to get back in the ring, man. He need to get that rust off and just find his confidence, man. He just lost his confidence. That's what the issue is. But I know we got a lot of potential matchups at welterweight. Welterweight's supposed to be the most exciting division in boxing, but you got guys picking and choosing who they want to fight. You got more than half of the division terrified of Errol Spence. The other part of the division is pretty much afraid of Terrence Crawford. They don't want to fight him either. You know, they barely even want to fight each other. You got Danny Garcia don't want to fight Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter don't want to fight Spence. Thurman don't want to fight Spence. Thurman probably don't even want to fight Shawn Porter. You know? So, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Hitman Boxing. Drop a comment, like the video. I'm out.